Today on Monkey Life, it's babies all round, with orangutan Xiao-Quai expecting a happy event.
She's probably a month or so gone now, maybe a little bit more.
Woolly monkey Yarima's weight gain suggesting she might be too.
Yarima, station. Good girl.
And golden-cheeked gibbon Peanut presenting her newborn, clinging on for dear life. This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing
We'll take good care of them.
and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
You're going to show everybody how your teeth are growing.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. The park rarely breeds primates because there are so many around the world already needing help, and space is limited. The exceptions are rare endangered species, forming part of international breeding programs like the orangutans. In the wild, their habitat is under threat due to illegal logging and palm oil plantations. So, babies from well-looked-after captive groups are good news. Today, keeper Rita is examining Xiao-Quai. She uses hand signals and a clicker sound to indicate she wants Xiao-Quai to turn and present her rear.
Yay, good girl.
She suspects from her swellings that something is up. Animal director Jeremy is able to confirm keeper Rita's suspicions.
Shaquai is pregnant. The telltale swellings that female orangutans have when they're pregnant, she has. And it really is it's a perfect pregnancy test, and it works and you can't fail.
It's really good news for the park and the species. Xiao-Quai was wild caught and rescued from outside a Taiwanese amusement arcade, where she'd been abandoned along with 2 other orangs. Alison and her late husband Jim Cronin, who started the park, brought her back to the UK in 2000 from the Ping Tung Rescue Centre, who'd taken them in.
A little bit dopey in the eyes, but she's probably quite tired. It's been a long trip and big time zone change and everything. So, I mean, you know how you guys feel when you travel a long way. She's feeling just the same. So, but looking pretty good.
Since she's been at Monkey World, Xiao-Quai has flourished and already given birth to little Kai, who's now 4.
Shaquai is actually our little Rolls-Royce orang because she rears her own young, and you know, Kai being the example, and you know, rearing babies is what Shaquai wants to do. So therefore, we're very lucky. She's probably a month or so gone now, maybe a little bit more. It's a big milestone.
So, in about 7 months' time, Kai will have a baby brother or sister and have to share his mum's attention.
I know that Kai is a very natural sort of chap. He is not influenced by humans or anything, and he's growing up in as an orangutan environment as is possible for a captive born animal. There's no reason to suspect that he's going to mess up. And also at that age, what's he going to do, really?
Across the park is another of the endangered species Alison and the team are committed to helping, the golden-cheeked gibbons. These very special lesser apes are found in Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia, but they're losing their habitat throughout their native lands. And despite their endangered listing, some are still stolen from the forests for the illegal pet trade. But there is some good news for this rare species, thanks to Peanut, one of the park's rescued golden-cheeked gibbons.
Yesterday morning we came in and found her with her new baby, which is so far very healthy, been suckling quite a lot yesterday, so we're all very pleased about that. We don't envisage any problems with this. This is our second kid, so TN's coming up for 3 years old now, so we're hoping she'll just carry on as normal, as a good mother that she is, and look after this one as she did the last one.
Peanut arrived at the park in 2000, following the arrest of a tropical bird smuggler. The young gibbon was found at his house in Cambridgeshire, kept as a pet. Alison called in wildlife vet John Lewis. The first thing he had to do was determine the gibbon's sex.
People have said to us it's male or it's female. They're very difficult, in fact.
Golden-cheeked gibbons are born blonde, turn black, and stay that way if they're male. But if they're female, they change to blonde again at adolescence, usually around 6 years old.
That's a difficult call.
Even with all their expertise, John and Alison struggle to make a decision.
No, hang on. It's female. Okay, great.
Alison was called to give expert evidence when the smuggler appeared in court.
I think it was very clear I came out with the upper hand, and hopefully Peanut will be able to stay with her adopted mom. That's really what we want. I think we got it.
Alison's testimony helped seal the case. The smuggler was jailed for 6.5 years, and Monkey World got custody of Peanut. Now, 8 years later, she's just given birth to her second baby. And it's the same old problem for the park.
We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet, so we'll be keeping an eye on her or him and see how it turns out. It's pretty difficult to sex at the moment. They're very small, all the bits and pieces are very small, and also because the baby's so tight onto the mother, it's hard to get a good look at the relevant area. One of the ways we can tell is if we see it having a pee, actually, and which way it goes. So that's always a good way of telling.
Peanut was kept in for the day to make sure the baby was suckling, but today she's already taken her infant into the outdoor forest enclosure.
In the forest, they have to carry on as normal when they have a little baby on the front. They can't really spare one arm to hold on to it because you need both arms to brachiate through the trees, to fly through the trees. So the baby has an excellent grip. He or she is hanging on with hands and feet, and Peanut is flying through the trees as normal at the same speed. As I say, it looks a bit scary, but really there's no cause for concern. This is Peanut's second baby, but it's still quite important for the species, for the captive breeding programme. As we know, golden-cheeked gibbons are highly endangered, so it's great that we're still breeding them here, and we've now got a second baby, and hopefully we can carry on like this.
Another of the park's youngsters is on the move today. Over at the temporary bedrooms, the primate care team are about to collect Kaya, the ring-tailed lemur. Alison rescued her from a family in Belfast, who bought her as a pet, but discovered keeping wild animals at home is not a good idea.
Kaya didn't fit in to our life at all. We had to fit around Kaya. She took over our house. People couldn't come in.
I don't think anything can prepare you for a hundred primates. Very, very difficult animal to keep.
She's settled well at the park, but has yet to meet any other lemurs. And before she can do so, she needs to pay a visit to Mike, the vet.
Thank you.
Holly and Donna are taking her to see him at the park's hospital.
We were expecting to have to maybe show her a nice treat or something, but she's obviously quite comfortable and trusting, so she's gone straight in. Couldn't have gone better.
Kaya was taken from her mother as a baby and has never met other lemurs before. But eventually, she's going to join the park's 9 other ringtails in their enclosure at Malagasy.
Thank you.
The group is made up of 8 inquisitive males and 1 dominant female. To make sure 18-month-old Kaya doesn't receive too much interest from the males or be seen as a threat by Fennel, the older female, she's going to be fitted with a contraceptive implant. Vet Mike and vet nurse Penny anaesthetise Kaya so Mike can slip the contraceptive device under her skin.
It's the same implant that's used on human ladies. So they're well tested, they're very safe, and it gives you long-term birth control.
While she's asleep, they take the opportunity to give her a quick health check, looking at her teeth, taking blood samples, and weighing her.
1.95.
Lastly, Alison takes ink prints of her hands.
We're taking a handprint from Kaya for educational purposes, which we've done with the chimps before, so we can show people how much they are like us, and you can even see her little fingerprints on this. And also, her previous owners asked if we were going to be doing a health check, if we would get a handprint for them, so I'm not sure what I think that they're going to frame it and put it up on the wall.
Good girl. Right, quick as you can, Donna.
Operation over, Kaya is placed back in her box.
The little operation went without a hitch, so we couldn't be more pleased with it. Hopefully this will set her up for quite a peaceful life.
Earlier, Animal Director Jeremy was pleased to confirm that rescued orangutan Hsiao-Quai is pregnant. The father of her first baby, Kai, is the park's big alpha male, Tuan. But now, Hsiao-Quai lives in Gordon's group. So, Gordon's about to become a dad for the very first time.
It's a case of when rather than if. I mean, we know he does all the necessary actions for this procedure.
Gordon's now 12 and was born at the park. He was a premature baby and rejected by his mum, Amy, but received expert care initially from Jeremy and then from Mike.
Anti-nappy rash. Yep, all good babies have that, don't they, Gord?
As he got older, Jeremy tried introducing him to his mum, but although she tolerated him, Amy wasn't interested. It meant the care team were on duty 24/7. Over the years, Gordon's grown up to be a very laid-back character, and with more orangutans at the park, he now leads his own small group. In the wild, orangutans are solitary creatures, coming together to mate and occasionally to feed. Babies stay with their mothers until they are about 8. The males are not involved in their upbringing.
Baby orangs being born with a male in the group, it's a very controversial thing, and a lot of people think it can't be done. But Gordon is obviously very comfortable with Shaquai. He's also very comfortable with Kai. So we're very lucky we've got a situation. But also, another icing on the cake is, according to our stud book statistician, Gordon is a very, very, very important animal genetically. I can't imagine what remotely is important about you, but never mind. So again, that's another positive thing for, you know, the general orangutan conservation issues.
The park aims to prevent unplanned breeding, so Kaya, a juvenile ring-tailed lemur, has just been fitted with a contraceptive implant. Now she can mix with other lemurs for the first time. Keeper Toby is preparing a bedroom for Fennel, the park's dominant female, who Kaya is about to meet. But first, Toby has to catch and crate Fennel from the lemur enclosure at Malagasy. Animal Director Jeremy has come to help.
She's the only one in this group that isn't crate trained. I can't see her.
Here she is. Go for it. Go for it, Toby.
Good girl, Fennel. Right, I can give you the option. You can either go in here or I'll grab you. Sin. She's jumped in herself.
Come out saying that.
Mission accomplished. Toby and Jeremy take Fennel to Kaya's indoor enclosure. Alison has come to watch the first meeting.
A friend for you, lady.
Kaya is in the right-hand bedroom. The team put Fennel in the opposite-facing room so the two can see each other. Both lemurs seem more curious than anxious. So, Toby opens the connecting slide to give them the opportunity to meet.
At the moment, Fennel's just exploring, really. She's sitting at the top of the enclosure, and Kaya is watching us at the moment. She's sort of just wandering around. Neither of them seem to have noticed the slide open yet.
A few moments later, Fennel realises she can now reach the lemur across the corridor and moves through to join Kaya. Jeremy, Toby and Alison are on hand in case Kaya feels threatened, but they're not needed. Fennel greets Kaya affectionately, and the young lemur responds by grooming her. It's exactly the right response, a classic display of submissive lemur behaviour, and Alison is delighted.
Most importantly, Kaya's got a friend of her own kind now, and that's the first stage in her rehabilitation. So we're really pleased to sponge for Kaya. And now Fennel will have some female companionship up in Malagasy with all of those boys. So small beginnings, but I'm really pleased.
The care team at the park regularly monitor the health of all the primates, young and old. Part of the process is to keep a note of all their weights. But weighing primates is not an easy business. Today, the woolly monkey team need to weigh Bueno's troop. They're known as the barn woolies, are all captive bred, and are a close-knit family group. Their leader is alpha male Bueno, a great dad and stepdad to the youngsters. The dominant female is Yarima. She's a great mum, but has a tendency to be a bit grumpy and stroppy with her younger half-sister, Lena. Youngster Paolo isn't related to anyone in the group, but could one day provide a new bloodline. Woolly monkeys are endangered, and there are less than 100 in captivity in the world. Monkey World has the largest breeding population, so it's important that the care team monitor their progress regularly. Every morning, the monkeys go through a mesh tunnel to reach the outdoor enclosure, so the care team place a weighing scale inside it.
It's not that easy to train them to get onto the scales. They do all sorts of training anyway as part of their operating conditioning, which is how we monitor their health. But getting them onto the scales has been a sort of newer thing for them. Come on, Zingu. Zingu station. It's a little bit scary. We weigh them once a month, and this is important because we use it if we need to dose them for any medicines, and we can also keep a track on how they're eating and stuff as well. So it's just a kind of add-on to their health checks that we do with them. Hello there. Good girl. Well done. The woolies are quite sensitive to our moods. They can pick up on us quite a lot, so you have to keep yourself really calm and really relaxed with it. Keep it as a game for them because that's how they respond to it better. Inca?
Sandra calls the woolies out one by one.
Inca?
The next two could be more of a problem. It's Yarima and her baby daughter, Inca.
Inca, over here. Yarima station. They are together all the time. To get them separated, to get them both on the scales separately has been a huge challenge. Inca station, Yarima here. Yarima!
But Sandra is determined to weigh Yarima for a very good reason. She may have another baby on the way.
Good girl. It's hard for us to tell if she's definitely pregnant because we haven't tested her yet. So one of the ways that we can monitor is by how much weight she's putting on, because we know how much the babies weigh. So if we can monitor and she's steadily putting on weight month by month, there's a pretty good chance that there is a baby growing in there and it's growing really healthily. So good lad. Can you get on here for me? Station. Station.
Next out is baby Paolo, who thinks it's all a bit of a game.
Station. Paolo station. Good boy. 2.87. There you go. You want banana? Is it grape? Grape.
Sandra reports the weights to the rest of the team.
Paolo was 2.87. Yarima was 7.52. So she's put on weight.
And those few extra kilos may well mean there's another baby woolly on the way. Next time on Monkey Life, an apple a day doesn't keep the dentist away. And is Dad-to-be Gordon a bit of a catch?